coins in Hilda. Coins. Coins. Jim's coins in Hilda. Coins. Coins. Jim's coins in Hilda.
Dave's gonna talk about squirrels at length.
Squirrel!
He held a squirrel once. He comes from Michigan. Dave has ferrets. He does not have squirrels. 'Cause ferrets are longer and squirrels are stronger.
Excuse me.
Talking squirrels.
Icelandic volcano.
The world thinks laugh, 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 ha, 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 party, 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 laugh, 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 ha, ha, ha. I love horses. The world thinks laugh, 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 ha, 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 party, 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 laugh, 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 ha, 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 party, 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 party. Horses.
Jim's coins. Jim's coins. Jim's coins in Hilda. Jim's coins.
Silver.
Jim's coins.
Gold.
Jim's coins in Hilda.
Madison.
Nick in the hole. Nick in the hole. Nick in the hole. Nick in the hole. He's swiping for Shopko. Why, oh, why? Hold me away, barely legal, but still 18. Mister, you're in trouble now, you'll see. The Hulk is strong, but he won't break you free. For grand larceny, not invented, there's no debit, and no one's gonna give Nick any credit. What about layaway? Ain't nobody got the patience today. So down his pants. Shopko sees all Genesis that demanded for Nick in the hole. Nick in the hole. Nick in the hole. Another Nick in the hole. Saga Shopko.
Where is it?
I got it!
Come on, it's time to party. VCR, Afterparty. Come on, it's time to party. VCR, Afterparty.
Well, hello, Belinda. Yeah.
Welcome to VCR After Party. I'm Nick, that's Joe, and we got Steve and George here on the 6th anniversary of VCR Party, the main show. Today is actually when we did episode 0. The first one was April 3rd, and it's a historic occasion.
Yeah, it is a historic occasion. I don't know, but it's not as round of a number, you know?
Yeah, 6.
6 years. It's just like, I don't know, who cares about 6 years? But like 20 years, that's the big one for Found Footage Festival.
Yeah.
That's a milestone. So
Right. So in the actual anniversary of Found Footage Festival, the very first show we did was April 15th, 2004. But we're just kind of condensing all anniversaries into April 3rd.
it's just easier.
It's just easier. And but this is the show where we show you all the stuff we couldn't fit into the main VCR Party episode.
Nick,
and yeah,
I had some tapes that we got on our last trip that that I didn't show last night.
Sure, let's do that. That's what this show's for.
Yeah, exactly. This is the one. So when we were in Albuquerque and Santa Fe, we went to this place called Long Hair Records. They have an incredible VHS section. The guy who runs it loves special interest stuff too. So we were, kids and candy stores.
Yeah.
As the saying goes. And then there's so many great thrift stores on the way up to Santa Fe that I stopped at. But look at this one. Here's one. So it's like a religious cartoon. Maybe we'll watch this for Saturday because look at this. There's a wacky rabbit in there. It's the Virgin Mary and a wacky rabbit.
Yep. They all can coexist. Santa, Jesus, it's all part of one big
A wacky rabbit.
melange of, yeah.
This is another one that we got at Long Hair, a blow-by-blow guide to sword fighting. So it teaches you how to sword fight.
Oh, cool cover.
Pretty cool. I got this one at a thrift store. It's another Santa one. Santa and the Flying Balloons. I think it's like New Mexico specific because aren't they big into hot air balloons there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This week in Flying Balloons.
Yeah.
I'm sensing a new segment.
This one. The guy told, like, he was impressed that we picked this one out. Like, it's a Tai Chi video, I think.
Yeah.
But like, look at the guy who's taking you through it.
Jack Rebney?
Right, yeah, exactly.
Wow.
And like, look at some of the outfits that they're wearing. I'm gonna have McKenna digitize this ASAP because their outfits look great. Look at the background.
To beam up to the Enterprise. Those
Yeah.
are great. Wow.
So okay, so here's another one. When I went to a Savers after our show at Meow Wolf, and I was in the bathroom. I was taking a whiz, and there was somebody in the stall next to me, and did the thing where like I turned around to finish right as that person was finishing. We met at the sinks.
Yeah.
If I'm ever in the stall, I wait for the person to leave. Like I just kind of check my phone until they're gone, so I don't have to,
Always uncomfortable. Yeah.
Exactly. They know what you just did. They know your dirty little secret. So, but this guy wasn't fearful at all, and met me at the sink, and he looked over. He's like, "Oh, hey man, great show last night." And I remembered him at the merch table. It was a guy who went to the show. He was like, "Hey, dude, great show. That was a lot of fun." And then he goes, "Don't worry, I didn't drop a 5-footer in there." He like referenced the show. Yeah. So then I went out to the VHS section, and then he and his wife came over. We were looking at VHS together, and I found this one for a certain Nick Brewer.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Look at that.
I think
Goes right up the alley.
Well, I think you could have written that.
I mean, I feel like
yeah,
or just set up.
Yeah,
a
there's my
camera
bio on the back.
Yeah.
Hosted VCR party for 6 years, and it's got all my credits on there.
Nick, where do you stand right now on what you'd rather say to your parents? If you'd rather call your dad daddy for 1 year 12 times, or if you'd rather say use orgasmic as a adjective around your mom 12 times in one calendar year, because you keep going back and forth. You waffle back and forth between the two.
Well, new information came to light on the connotations of the word daddy that I was not aware of, and so I switched it to orgasmic. I'm sticking with that.
You'd rather do the orgasmic?
Yes, I'd rather.
The last time you switched it to daddy. You went orgasmic, then daddy. No, you did daddy, then orgasmic, and then you did orgasmic, then daddy. I think you're back to daddy.
The weird thing is, it seems like you actually don't need to say either.
I don't.
No, there's no real. There's a third option here.
He's not going to. I'm just saying
that's no fun, George.
That's why this hypothetical is so good, is because he keeps going back and forth. He can't.
No, I've heard. I've
stay
seen
in
the
a lane.
video.
Yeah,
I've seen the video. He says it.
Yeah, well, it's interesting. It's an interesting hypothetical, and I probably change it again next time you ask me, because I keep track of these things.
All right.
Let's start off with a quick dose of our friends from Scimitar. We're going to be talking about regrets that we have from past found footage festival shows from 20 years ago later in the show. But I might already regret playing this one. It's a Scimitar tape they put out called Girls of Sturgis. So already girls, I mean, they're adult women, but they're calling them girls. So already it's canceled. It's from 1991. And I guess Sturgis is mostly about getting people to take their tops off. You know, they find some people with some low self-esteem and gives them a little boost, and that's what Sturgis is all about.
It's 98% of Sturgis.
Yeah.
I would say the rest is like drinking and drugs. I don't know. I would assume so. Yeah.
But Scimitar was there with the cameras rolling, and they put this out in the worst possible quality possible to Girls of Scimitar, 1991.
Girls of Scimitar?
1991.
Well, essentially. I would actually, I want to make that tape.
Oh, yeah.
Scimitar.
Let's make our own bootleg Scimitar.
Right.
The Girls of Scimitar. By Nick Brewer.
Sturgis, South Dakota.
where girl watching is man's favorite pastime. And there is no better place to do it than at the annual...
I think the title went up her skirt there, the word girls.
Ah.
Pretty classy from the get-go
Uh-huh.
on Scimitars.
And there is no better place to do it than at the annual Sturgis Biker Rally. This video is about the girls of Sturgis. Beautiful, provocative, and outrageous.
What do you think of Sturgis 91?
Unfucking believable, man.
Those who watch definitely have their preferences, and these girls need no coaxing. Right from the start, people are shaking things up.
Tits are kind of like fingerprints. There's no two alike.
What do you think of Sturgis?
It's great. A lot of people, a lot of motorcycles.
What do you like the best?
The men.
What are you doing this for?
To let other people know that you don't have to be afraid of skunks. You don't have to be afraid of bikers.
All right, that's the Girls of Scimitar 1991.
That tape looks pretty good, actually. Is it?
Yeah, there's definitely a few minutes of footage in there. I had to be judicious with what I put in there, but yeah.
Maybe we could do that for an EP at some point if we feel like, it's one of those where you want to take a shower afterwards. But
Yeah, and
feel
Women's
dirty.
Month is officially over here at the VCR Party headquarters. Girls. I keep wanting to say Girls of Scimitar, but the Girls of Sturgis.
Yeah.
The biker rally.
I got in digging back for all of our old found footage shows, I found this one intro that we had of FBI warnings. But let me roll the graphic first for this week.
I like the music. Can't wait.
Yeah, FBI Warning Hall of Fame. So, Nick, I think it was Volume 2. Before we came out on stage, we would play like an intro video that was, a few minutes long, but it was all of the best FBI warnings that we ever came across. I'm just going to show a handful of those. You can kind of see. I put a little bit of music under it, and there's just like 4 or 5 here that are
Might
pretty
be some
cool.
good ones.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that one that would
Would
change colors?
colors.
Yeah. I love that font.
Yeah, the S's are weird.
That's a cool one.
Red on white.
Oh yeah, it's flashing. Your eyes are attracted to it.
Yeah.
Kind of a straightforward one, but I like that royal blue.
Yep.
This is the best one.
Yes. What's that from? I gotta find that one again.
Yeah, I can't remember. I feel like it's a self-defense video.
That's Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
material
that's
right
that's
there.
such a good one. Yeah, so just
Yeah. Now the show can begin. Let's
Yep.
count it down.
Yep, and it's just an FBI warning to all people watching this show too. Like,
Right.
don't copyright this, otherwise $250,000 fine for everybody.
Yes, and now we talked about this. We're going to go back. We've been going back. We did yesterday to our earliest live shows as the Found Footage Festival. So pre-VCR Party, we're talking 2004. Not everything holds up, humor-wise, clip-wise.
Yeah.
So I put together a little intro for a segment called Found Footage Festival Regrets.
Welcome to the Found Footage Festival, everybody!
Hey, thank you. I put it.
Okay, that's it.
What was
What was that?
I was telling my wife that the oven was on, but never mind.
Oh.
Thought I still had mute on.
I like getting a little peek behind the curtain. Do you regret that?
Yeah, actually I do.
All right.
Is the oven off? Did she turn the
No,
oven
the
off?
oven's on. As soon as
Okay.
we finish filming, and it's the after party, I'm throwing more.
Okay. You know about the mute button at the bottom, right? You know
It was
there's a mute
muted
button.
because we were into the
The intro.
the regrets, but the regrets is only a 5-second thing, and I did not calculate that in my head.
Yeah.
That was footage, by the way, from Volume 1 of our shows. We recorded one of our first shows in 2004 or 5, and
on a 6 megapixel camera, I think it was.
Joe,
Yep.
you are completely unrecognizable to me in that. I would never believe that was you.
Really? How did I look? Was I fatter? Or was I? I didn't have facial hair.
You had the hair of Dan Schneider from Head of the
no.
Class,
Wow.
now part of infamously
Right
a
on
terrible
set,
dude.
yeah.
But
I honestly have never watched the Volume 1 ever.
but tomorrow we're going to for EP mode. By the way, 6 years of this show, The only way we've been able to keep VCR Party going is through your support on Patreon. So continue to chip in at patreon.com/foundfootagefestival. Thank you, George, for the point. And yeah, that's how we're able to do this show every week and all the bonus shows. And we were talking about how we looked, and Joe, you pointed out yesterday that I would always wear these newsy caps. So I
know. I
got
love
one
that
out
you're
of the
wearing it.
closet. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember seeing it because you wore it so often. I remember like you had it like out on probably like on a counter in a hotel that we were staying at. It was just like this filthy like black rim of Nick Pruer sweat that had dried.
Yeah,
it was just like you wore those a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They
Never
don't look
seen
bad
without
on you.
one.
Hey,
Yeah.
George, you've seen us through the years recently. Beard or no beard for me? You know, some of those no beards when I was a little bit thinner, like I thought I looked okay with the no beard.
It's weird. You look like many different ages. Like there are some where you look like I would guess you were 18 or something, and others where you look older than you do now. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, the older I got, the older I got, the more the second chin made an appearance. So that's why I got the beard here. So
yeah,
we rarely get recognized in public, but throughout the years, I always get recognized. Even when Joe and I together, we'll be at some show and they'll be like, "Oh, from Found Footage Festival, right?" And I think because maybe my appearance hasn't changed that much. I don't know, but
not at all.
I've always had the beard and a hat, so it kind of maybe hasn't changed much.
I feel like maybe it was around like volume 4 or so you started wearing the hats more. Before that, you didn't wear the hats. Is that when you were losing your hair at that point?
Probably. Yeah, I was getting more self-conscious about it around that time.
At one point, you shaved your head, right? And just had the beard?
Yeah, I did. I tried it out just to see what it looked like. And looked like I was a kid who's probably into German history. You know, it was not a great look on a guy this white. So
I thought you looked badass. I thought you looked like
no,
but...
so I got to come up with another solution. Maybe it's just permanent hat surgery. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, let me jump in with this one. So yeah, we're going to show our regrets of videos. I don't know if I have so much of a regret about this one, but I do remember people didn't really like it, and it didn't usually get laughs during shows. But there was a good story behind it, and the video is horrifying, and I think it's still worth showing. It's the Easy Catch Chicken Harvester. And so we got the actual tape of the Easy Catch Chicken Harvester because I called them up and told them I was a chicken farmer and I had heard about this Easy Catch. And they're like, "Oh, we'll send you a tape right away." So they sent me the tape. This is like 2006, 2005 or so. And it's this horrifying device that scoops up chickens in coops and then puts them in cages. It doesn't kill them. So they're not being dead here. They're going to be dead soon. Right. But they're not being killed here. But we would play this and it's just like, now we would have just pulled it because it never got laughs and it was just more like horrified screams. But anyway, midway through, I think that we realized it's not getting laughs. So we're like, oh, let's put a bed of funny music under it, and maybe that'll help things. Yeah. So halfway through, you'll hear some funny music pop up, copyright free. Yakety Sax copyright-free version. So here we go. Easy Catch.
Bride Coop proudly introduces a labor-friendly automated machine designed to replace the labor-intensive method of hand-catching market chickens. This is Bride Coop's Easy Catch Chicken Harvester, featuring the latest in industry-focused design and engineering. Please allow us a few moments to show you the Easy Catch in action.
Please allow us.
As you can see, the Easy Catch collector head
like
sweeps horizontally in the house, while the rotating drums and 11.5-inch soft rubber fingers gently lift the chickens onto the conveyor belt. The 3 rotating drums are fully adjustable, allowing the Easy Catch to successfully harvest birds ranging from 3.65 to 10 pounds live weight.
Copyright free.
I do feel it helps.
Yeah.
You get to those hard to reach corners.
They had something like this in Soylent Green.
And where?
In Soylent Green?
Yeah, but it was a larger.
I feel like it's a prop from a Guar video. You know, it's like.
It does look like that. Yeah, that's Guar.
Yeah.
I want to see one of the Guar band members like driving that thing. Yeah. There they go.
Whee! That's how you get to your table.
Yep. Easy catch chicken harvester.
Job's done here.
Your work here
Horrifying
is done.
people, horrifying chickens since 1951.
Nick, I might go vegan now. Actually, having seen that, yeah,
That's
you
what I
can't
always
eat.
wanted to
You
point
can't
out
eat
is
chicken,
that
right?
no, is that like we're not advocating these videos. We're showing you the horrors of commercial farming here, but maybe not a laugh riot.
No,
it's more something that would be in a PETA PSA. But here's one. I don't know if this is a regret because I think this is the genesis of what became Tedium Corner, and that's boring montage.
Oh yeah.
Boring montage, I think it was from volume 3 of our show, and it had props with it. So a lot of our early live bits had a prop or a costume. It's a crutch, when you're not that confident you're performing.
Yeah, you carrot top it.
Yeah. So this one, we noticed that a lot of the people in these videos were drinking Diet Cokes because they were so bored. These are like videos of seminars. One you'll see one's called Adventures in Management. We've played on the show.
This Week in Seminars.
And this was it was basically This Week in Seminars. And like Joe, you said how we added the yakety sax music to try to help things out.
Yeah.
With boring montage, we tried to help things out midway through by putting more exciting footage in little windows so that you could look at something else in case you got
help move it along. And also, I wanted to say with the boring montage, this is back when we didn't have the collection that we have now. I think we had a storage locker with maybe 1,000 VHS tapes in there. So there were a lot of boring tapes. So we're like, what do we do with these? Oh, let's make a boring montage out of them.
Yeah.
And with mixed results, but yeah.
It was also volume 2, just so you know.
Oh, volume 2. Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Couldn't remember which. So yeah, this was an early experiment. Here's boring montage. We'll talk you through it.
The following scene is a simulation, but it
classic.
might have happened. Some of the behaviors of the manager are effective.
Boring office
Some
of the
are not
Mondrian
so
hanging
effective.
on the wall.
In each case, the participants demonstrate one way that the situation could be handled.
Say thanks for coming in today. I called you together because
start any minute.
I want to have you.
I like that there's like an audience of maybe 400 people watching this.
Paying audience members. Yeah. Had a lot of
do
options
something
that night.
that would really help me a lot, and I think it would be of some real benefit to you individually and collectively over time. And
at this point, I'd like to bring Bill up, and he's going to kind of walk you through some nuts and bolts that I hope you'll find interesting in terms of how we run our program.
Oh, I forgot about this one.
Yeah. I think there's a guy. This guy looks off. Here's something.
Yeah.
It's
And I
the
think
black
the
shirt
Oh,
guy.
there he is. Yeah.
There,
He takes a sip of his Diet Coke. Yeah.
But the other guy was already distracted at that point.
Yeah, that was a good time to take a sip too.
Thanks, Bob. Everybody hear me?
But it should be the absolute last place you go.
Fluorescent
Yes. Diet Coke, bottom left.
Is there any questions on that? Just brief highlights.
That's the 401k plan. I think they're going over.
Oh, I love this line.
We have a wonderful reception. Please join in the merriment.
Add it to the outro.
Write it down. Please write that down. That needs to go in the. Please enjoy the merriment. Oh, Business Hall
And
of
I
Fame.
was told we're going to do it on a PowerPoint. Now, I've never done PowerPoint before. So I said, okay, show me how it works. So Lori Ann, she designs this program, which I just think is slick.
Oh, yeah.
I said, that's fine, but let me have a copy so I can take it home tonight and practice a little bit at home.
So there's.
And so I'm all excited, and Jim finally
Truckosaurus,
says,
case
he
report.
says, Bill, you realize that in high school, kids are doing their book reports with PowerPoint presentations. And I go, yeah, right. He goes, yeah, right.
Yeah.
I go down and play racquetball. Or something.
well, am I
Get with it. It's 2002.
am I
Yeah,
busting
so
up
if you're bored, we got
good,
some motocross.
good things?
Oh, we got some.
Say that salesman
I
really
think the
had a
gag
fine
in
product.
the show is that it had a button on the remote that could.
Oh, the exciting button.
You'd say,
That
hey,
you
can
could-
you hit the exciting button? I'm a little bored, right?
Right. That's
We've
what
got a
it was.
special DVD player.
Yep.
Right.
Corned
okay.
beef, I think I've seen for a long time.
I take the CD, bring it home. I'm having dinner with my family. Alex, my son, he says, Dad, let me help you out.
All-star topless arm
Goes to the
wrestling.
computer, jumps on the keyboard, does a few commands. Bam, there's the program. And then he looks at it, looks up at me, and he says, Dad, you know White Fang? I was reading White Fang. I go, yeah. He said, I did a book report using PowerPoint last week. So anyway, I think it's pretty cool.
Ending a montage on Classic.
I like that he wanted to start off the seminar with like a humorous anecdote about kids these days, and they're always with their PowerPoints, and they're doing everything.
He was better at it than he was, turns out. So.
Yep. I do want to hear what his nuts and bolts were about, though. That tape is probably in here somewhere.
It's somewhere in that office of 13,000. Let's play that outro again, because I just made that outro. So, found footage regrets. We will do more of that.
Welcome to the Found Footage Festival, everybody!
Hey, thank you! All right, we got new endings being added to this new fledgling show, and I emphasis on the word fledgling show at the end, so tune in. A reminder, tomorrow, Joe, you and I are going to be revisiting that awful footage we just saw and more from Volume 1, our earliest DVD from 2004.
I don't even know what that's going to look like. I'm actually concerned. Like, how's my performance? I have no idea. I've never watched it before. George, how is the performance? How is the performance? Is it?
It's not like embarrassing. It just I mean, I'm sure you will be embarrassed just because you're your worst critic. Well, actually, you're not. The rest of us are. But you but no, I don't think it's anything to. You're like, you guys are what, in your mid-20s, late 20s? Like,
yeah, 27. I think we were 27 when we started doing it.
And it's not like you had started at 20 doing it. Like, it was your first thing. I think it's pretty good.
Okay, all right, we'll go with that. Yeah.
What are we gonna go out on?
That we charge money for. What are we going out? Oh, I'm still on this Bob from Hull kick. I just realized just such a library that he's given to us of wonderful music. So
throughout 6 years of VCR Party, what's the one?
It is just one of his songs. So it's it's a good one. It's let's just call it May.
Okay.
All right. And here's the thing. Thank you very much for being here, and God bless you very much.
Let's all join in the merriment.
Just give me a second.
For additional terminology, consult the source book.
Well, that's what I'm having. Ribs.
Mama, I want to eat Cookie Crisp.
Dumber or just fatter?
Now let's say a few words about purchase.